So it's not always very valuable, but listening is the biggest selling skill, not talking.
This is music to my ears, because that's one of the biggest things that actually biggest hurdle, I suppose, we see a lot of people within selling and management actually as well, is just truly not understanding what it takes to do very effective listening and practicing that on a regular basis. I don't know, have you got any thoughts about why that is so challenging for so many people?
It's really interesting having seen the profession develop, and people do still think it's very much an alpha male talking, presentation skills, being able to present the best argument is the way to win. But it's rarely that. In my experience, it's almost always the quiet one-to-one conversation where you're listening is far more likely to be effective. They do always say you've got two ears and one mouth, and you should use them in that proportion.
Totally. And then I think it's then being able to ask really good questions that enable you to delve into the conversation in greater detail and enhance your understanding of the position of that other person and what's important to them before you really start to talk in any detail about your technology, your product or service, whatever it is. And I see quite often people leading that the other way around. They start by leading with, this is our technology, it's wonderful, these are all the things it can do, and yet they know nothing about the other person or the other organization and what's really critical to them to making a buying decision.
Exactly. There's room for an icebreaker, but the thing I always prepare for in any selling meeting by phone or face to face is the questions that I would like to ask. And some view of the answers that I might get, because that helps you prepare for the next question. But it's really important to know that you need to come out with more information than you went in with, and you don't do that if you just talk.
Totally. And equally, I don't think you don't do that well if you haven't prepared sufficiently.
Yes, even for a phone call of a fairly routine nature, I'll generally jot some notes down on a piece of paper just to get my mind in order. And also so that I can look at the piece of paper and just make sure that I have got what I need by the end of the call.